Hi everyone. Tonight I'm playing On the Champs-Élysées by William Gillock. This is a piece from the Australian Music Examination Board series. It's an examination piece, so some of you might be playing it for exams, although it's from a series that was a little bit older than what we're using in the current syllabus. So this is a piano for leisure choice. It's song number 4 for those of you who do have the correct series, although I can't confirm which one it is anymore. It's a really beautiful piece and it's not too fast. It's in a beautiful 3/4 time, so we've got that waltz feel about it. And I'm just going to show you through the piece before we start playing. Just be aware that this piece is a little bit tricky in terms of moving through stretches, so it may not suit somebody who isn't able to reach an octave fairly easily. Some students need to really stretch for an octave, and that might be a little bit hard in the left hand of this piece because there's lots of them. However, we've also got ninths and tenths in this piece as well, so it's going to be a challenge for most people who don't have a really a hand that can reach that easily, which is most people. So I hope you really enjoy. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments or feel free to email me. So having a look at the piece here, it's really important to have a look at the intervals between the notes. So it will really help your student to note that you've got a G up the top consistently in this first passage, and a third, then a fourth, then a fifth following, and the top note stays the same, as you can see. I always tell my students to read from the bottom up, but sometimes, like in this case, it's really easy to read from the top down because you can see that the E remains the same. Once your student has an understanding of what the shape feels like, they can also add in the third in the middle. So this is a fifth with a third, making up the root chord of A minor. And once they know that shape, it's the same shape here and the same shape there. And by reading from the bottom, all they need to do is read A, E, D, and it's very easy to play those 3 chords. In the left hand, we're seeing similar intervals. We're seeing a fifth and then an octave, and then a fifth and then an octave. So there are areas of this piece that are quite repetitive. The piece changes dramatically in the second section and moves through some key changes. So you can see on the second page, we've got quite a lot of accidentals here. It can be really helpful to teach students the scale of the piece of the key that you're playing in. So it would be really helpful to have some scales where we've got multiple flats, perhaps a scale like D major where we've got F sharp and C sharp, so that they become really familiar with how that feels under the fingers before playing. Now, when playing through this piece, you'll note that there's a great big gap on the second page. So we start at the beginning and we play all the way down to this double bar line. It says DCR coda. It means go right back to the beginning and play to the coda. That little mark there, it says second time to coda. So that little mark tells us to pop over to the coda here, and that takes us all the way to the very end. So we're going to play through the first section here, the first 2.5 bars twice in this piece, which is great for students because they already know some of it once they get back to that spot. I hope you enjoy listening to the piece. hope you enjoyed the version of the piece and can play through it easily. If you've got any questions or you need some help, please message me, pop a comment in below, or you can send me an email and I can answer you directly. I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you.